Coming up on this week's Warriors HQ, an insight into the world of strength and conditioning with Stuart Yule. The Warriors talk about Valentine's Day and highlights from our game against the Scarlets. We sat down with Head of Strength and Conditioning Stuart Yule to discuss how the players and their workloads are managed at this crucial part of the season. So Stuart, here we are in the Scotstoun gym. How much time a week do the players spend in here on the weight sessions?
Well, we're in here a couple of times a week at least. The start of the week is kind of front loaded in terms of the training, and so we'll get a Monday and a Tuesday generally in here, kind of split in the sessions around the whole body, and tend to have an upper body session on a Tuesday.
So for your job, how much adaptation is there going on? You've got some forwards pushing 130 kilos to some backs around 80. How much adaptation has to go on for the programs that you write and put them through?
There's a fair bit of variation. We've got the size of the player, but also their position and also their training history. So we've got some players that have been training for quite a number of years, who are fairly competent. We've got other guys, newer guys, younger guys who maybe need a little bit more work. So there's a fair bit of variation with that. So fortunate enough, I've got two other excellent SSC coaches, George and Thibaut, and we split the programs across the squad between us depending on what physical qualities the players need to work on.
You spoke about different positions having different programs. How much would it differ? How would a props weight regime differ to a winger's, say?
The prop will have a lot more maximal strength work. They need to have a more muscle mass. Obviously they're heavier, so they'll have a more of a maximum strength based program, whereas a winger or an outside back will have much more of a speed, power, explosive strength program. Now we still do some explosive work with the tight forwards, but that will be where the subtle differences will be with their programs.
And your role is not just focused in here. What other remits do you focus on with the players throughout the week?
Well, it's their physical preparation and their physical capacity to perform rugby, and so there's a lot of monitoring, and George, who I've mentioned, takes on that role and does that excellently in terms of understanding the load that the players are under, and then how we can then manipulate their training accordingly with the coaches. In season, the biggest physical demand is rugby, so it's important that we understand what those loads are, to see whether we need to give players any extra sort of conditioning work. So within that capacity to train, we've got a lot of monitoring around. The biggest monitoring is with their GPS and the distances they're covering, the work rate they've got, the speeds they're attaining on the rugby pitch.
As well as yourself, what other stages are there from the process of being injured to going back to play?
Well, the key is getting them back on the pitch, and with Mike Blair here now as well, he's been instrumental in kind of developing drills and skills that will accelerate that progress back to playing and performing. Mike's been great at setting up, we call it the Blade Runner, some worst case scenario type drills, certainly for our tight forwards who have to do a lot of work of hitting contact, getting back to feet and working for extended periods of time. So that reintroduction back to skills starts very early. So as soon as they can, it's getting the ball back in their hand, and then, like with the S&C, it's graded back. So basic static skills to much more demanding skills under fatigue.
I haven't done anything romantic, to be honest. Still looking for my princess, that's why.
I've probably maybe delivered some flowers or something, I don't know, yeah, something like that, yeah.
Climbed the Harbour Bridge with my missus, actually. Probably going to get mocked for that one. No, it was good.
Bought a card, Valentine's Day.
Married my wife. Took them to McDonald's.
I think asking my wife to marry me.
Brought a ring once and went up to a lookout for it, and kind of didn't do the whole get down on one knee because obviously I wasn't married, but just, slyly slipped in there and...
Slyly slipped in there.
Yeah.
It's better than me.
Rihanna.
Pam Anderson.
Mila Kunis.
Jessica Ennis. Hill.
Rihanna.
I think I'll pick Hagen.
I'd say Finn Russell because he paid for the date, so yeah.
Brian.
Richie Vernon.
You, Jack.
Pick me.
Yeah, I'd pick you.
Oh, that's a good question. Probably hockey.
Rob Barley.
Why?
Because he cook well.
I'll take it for Valentines.
Yeah, we'll just take it out, yeah.
Probably someone with nice soft hands. Maybe someone like Peter Horn.
None of them. None of them. No, I'll definitely be spending it with my wife. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Johnny Gray, one of the Glasgow Warriors. Here's an opportunity to win 4 tickets through Harper McLeod to come watch us versus Zebra. To win this competition, find me on the Harper McLeod website. This personal legal service will protect your family in the future.
Feel your eyes, they all over me, don't be shy. Take control of me, get the vibe, it's gonna be lit tonight.
Baby girl, you give me 10 ton of fatness, give me some of that. Thinks with the badness, look how she at. Shape like goddess, but I'm not just that. It's a good piece of mentals under the cap. A piece of game, I'm love how you chat. Watching every step of the paper, the way you got. Staying in my brain, memory not detached. Mainly my aim is to give it this love. If not, dig the way you move. Let me acknowledge the way you do. Then I would not lie, baby. You beat me up like Scotty. It's how hypnotic the way you move. That's why I wanted to get to you. And I would not like a baby. You moves how hypnotic.
No lie,
Girl, you never meant to.
feel your eyes, they all over me, don't be shy. Take control of me, get the vibe, it's gonna be lit tonight.
Girl, you never
No
meant
lie, hypnotized, pull another one, it's alright. I know what you want, get the vibe, it's gonna be lit tonight.
Girl, we never
No
meant. Girl, we never meant. Seems how we do it.
No lie,
So we see it do it.
no lie,
Seems how we do it.
it's gonna be lit tonight.
With a bang,
No
bang, bang.
lie,
Seems how we do it.
no lie,
So we see it do it.
no lie,
Seems how we do it.
it's gonna be lit tonight.
With a bang, bang, bang. I'm so lit, my girl. So let me say you roll it, my girl. You love it when you bend and roll it. Now let me bone it and let me own it, my girl. Give you all the style that I have mastered. I say what baby girl, that's my word. Give you the good loving that is preferred. You deserve it, so don't be scared. It's hypnotic the way you move. Let me acknowledge the way you do. Then I would not lie, baby. You beat me up like Scotty. It's how hypnotic the way you move. That's why I wanted to get to you. And I would not like a baby. You moves how hypnotic.
No
Girl, you never
lie,
meant to.
feel your eyes, they all over me, don't be shy. Take control of me, get the vibe, it's gonna be lit tonight.
Girl, you never
No
meant.
lie, hypnotized, pull another one, it's alright. I know what you want, get the vibe, it's gonna be lit tonight.
Girl, we never
No
meant. Girl, we never meant. Seems how we do it.
No lie,
So we see it do it.
no lie,
Seems how we do it.
it's gonna be lit tonight.
With a bang,
No
bang, bang.
lie,
Seems how we do it.
no lie,
So we see it do it.
no lie.
Seems how we do it.
It's gonna be lit tonight.
With a bang, bang, bang. Shake that body, let me see you just do it. Get them 100%. Move that body, let me see you just do it. Girl, go and represent. Shake that body, let me see you just do it to the fullest extent. Move that body, let me see you just.
Thanks for joining us on Warriors HQ. Catch us next week at 5 p.m. on Wednesday on Warriors TV.